Hey guys, and here we go again for stream number 2. Gonna be doing Iron Hand tonight, guys. Gonna go the opposite way of what I went last night and this morning with, I don't want to say simpler scenarios, but simple scenarios. Tonight we're going to the deep end. I would do Operation Lightning Strike, but it's probably a little much for a 2 hour time slot. Iron Hand probably is too, but we'll see how far we can get through it today. Oh. Before I forget, let me turn everything off. There we go. Hey, SSN. Well, if everybody's ready, let's go ahead and get started. Going to be playing Iron Hand tonight. So tensions between Armenia and Azerbaijan have risen to their highest level since 2008. This is a 2014 scenario, by the way. We're going to play as Russia. So our goal is to essentially destroy the Azerbaijan air defense systems. So they've got an S-300, which is probably their most deadly system. But they've got a couple of legacy systems. SA-2s, SA-3s, 4s, and 5s. As well as a small fleet of MiG-29s. Barlocks, backnets, Spoonrest, Tall Kings, Tin Shields. Again, the S-300, which is probably their most dangerous system. The SA-5 is a pretty good system too. Those two are probably the most dangerous. The rest are a threat, but should be manageable. We've got a surface action group. And then I'm not even going to go through everything at the air bases, because even though it says all of these are available, I know for a fact that a lot of these are not. But we'll have a mix of T90, Tu-95s, T95s. So we'll have some MiGs, some Su-27s, 24s, some Tu-22s. But we'll get into that more when we get into the scenario. Our mission: use forces at hand to search for and destroy all known SA-10, 5, and SA-4 SAM sites. You may destroy any Azerbaijani unit that tracks or engages you in any way. However, keep in mind that this is a limited attack and not one meant to annihilate the Azerbaijani Air Force. Refrain from attacking airfields. We may need them intact for subsequent troop movements. Aircraft losses, and especially the capture of our pilots in enemy territory, will have a politically unacceptable consequences. You are ordered to develop a low-risk strategy for reducing enemy air defenses. When practical, retrieval of downed pilots should be undertaken by dedicated CSAR assets at your disposal. So first off, let's go look at our forces here. So up here at angles, this is why I said we're going to go too deeply into what was available, because a lot are set to maintenance. So we got two Tu-22 backfires with AS-4 kitchens, some Tu-160s with AS-15s, Some Tu-95s with KH-101s. Some mainstays, early warning aircraft. Some Tu-22MR recon variants of the backfire. And an IL-22 with offensive ECM. At the Okturbinsk. I know I butchered that. Sorry, guys. We've got some Su-27s. Fair amount, actually. Some Midases, which are the Refueling variant of the IL-78. Some Su-34 fallbacks with AS-17 Kryptons. Su-24s with a mix of AS-10s. And look, I think those are TV-guided bombs. And Su-24 MP fencers with ECM. Utosh. What do we got down here? We've got Mi-8s set up for combat search and rescue. And some Mi-26s with just a cargolet. I think those are set up to set up a forward refueling point. We'll go look at that in a second. That is in the briefing, I believe. And some more Su-24 MRs with ELINT pods over there at Mozdok Air Base. Bird Airstrip. Just has some more Mi-8s, again set up for combat search and rescue. Urubuni Airport. MiG-29s. And some Su-25s with cluster bombs. And finally, at Chirac, we've got more MiG-29s, all set up for air-to-air. Evidence, please. It originally came from Homeworld. I was a big Homeworld player back in the day. So that's where Kushan started from, and then I later learned that it was actually a empire over in the northern India, not really quite Himalayas, but basically up in this area, New Delhi, northern India. But it originally, in my case, comes from Homeworld. And then the Dagestan SAG over here. What's really important on this group is our missiles. We have, where are they? We've got some 16 SS-N30 caliber missiles. So that's the Russian equivalent of the Tomahawk. And then we have a sub way over here in the Black Sea that again has 4 calibers. Not sure how useful that's going to be. And some torpedoes. I don't know how useful this group over there is going to be, or that sub's going to be, but it's an asset. So it's going to click start there and hit pause, so all the units spawned in. So there's the Tall King. There's the SA-3. There's the SA-5. SA-2. Where was that? SA-5s. You can see the ones that said targets. So we're going after the most dangerous systems. So SA-5. There's an SA-2. Fortunately, to get to our targets, what we're going to have to do is whittle down their existing air defenses to get actually at the batteries we want. Huh. I thought the S-300 was supposed to show up, but it's not. SA-3 down there. Huh, that's interesting. Oh, and the base CMO? I don't know that answer off the top of my head, actually. So first thing I think we want to do is add a couple of reference points. Make sure we don't have anything else selected. And we're going to set up a air patrol mission. So patrol mission, we're going to use the new repeatable loop patrol option. We'll let them investigate contacts on their own. And select Chirac. I believe we've got some MiG-29s over here. And we'll go and launch 2 of them. Or 4 of them, and we'll assign them to our patrol mission. Alright, so that should put some air or fighters on station. Let's go up to angles. I know in the briefing, where was the S-300 supposed to be stationed at? S-300, which are likely deployed near Baku. Okay, so somewhere over here is where we think the S-300 is. So let's go ahead and get our Tu-22s, Tu-160s, and Tu-95s, all airborne. We'll have a mainstay go with them. And we'll launch that. This is a 3-day scenario. We're not going to make it through all 3 days today. Oh, one other thing I was going to look at under the side briefing. The 124th Logistics Battalion at Utaish is capable of deploying a forward helicopter refueling depot using their Mi-26 Halo helicopters. Use this capability to assist in CSAR operations beyond normal range of Mi-8s. Transports used. Okay. So we can set up a forward refueling depot. So what is the range of our Mi-8s? Combat search and rescue, 130 nautical miles. So, yeah, we're going to want at least one closer in. If we lose any of our pilots short of the border, we're barely going to be able to go into the border. So let's go get one of our Mi-8s up, or Mi-26s up. And we'll go deploy one a little closer in, closer to the border. Alright, so we do have a couple of special actions. So when we get to where we want to set up the refueling depot, we can deploy there. We can perform search and rescue and replay special messages. Yeah, this is Command Modern Operations, which just came out today.
Tactical. Buster 2-1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
That would be the new built-in audio. Alright. So what I'm going to do is when my bombers get airborne,
Tactical. Buster 2-1.
find a
radar
can't go
contact.
down
Proceed
there.
roll control only. Maintain all separation.
Call that a support mission.
Push tactical. Buster 2 1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
Alright, so there's our first flight of backfires.
West side is tactical. Buster 2 1. Negative
Assigned to
radar
mission
contact.
Rally.
Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
Assign, there's our blackjacks. Assign them to the rally mission. They should have plenty of fuel to get down there.
Push tactical.
Our helicopter is up.
Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
So let's see. We'll deploy. What do we got there? That's an SA2.
Push tactical. Buster 2 1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
For all units. Alright. So we'll send our helicopter. Yeah, we'll go there closer to into the border. That'll be just outside that SA2's range. And what else has come up from Ingalls? Assign those to the rally mission. And switch back over to rally mission. This is all going to serve as our station for our mainstay. So in that case, go bring up MCOM settings, radars. Actually, I'm just going to overwrite this. Radars are on, don't obey MCON. No, don't inherit from parent. Oh, it's because he's on a mission. So I actually need another mission. Create new mission. Because I don't want my bombers to have their... Reason I'm creating another mission is I don't want my bombers to have their radars on. And alright, so go, radars are on. And then reassign the mainstay to AEW. Alright, and his radars are up. How far does this zoom in? How far does it zoom in? Give it a second to load. I didn't preload any of the tiles before the stream, so it's gonna take a second to load in, especially since I'm streaming. Yeah, it's gonna get a little weird. We're in a little too close there. Gets a little weird when you zoom in too far. Nope, it's not a 3D map. It's just a 2D map. Although, if you zoom all the way out, it is a full globe. Alright, so MiGs are almost onto station. And just because I'm curious, I want to look and see what the... if the backfires have a model in TAC view. Second to load up here. Gonna ignore all those. I didn't select them. I wanted to select these guys. Wow, actually uses a Tu-22 model. I'm not surprised, but that's pretty cool. And that's a blackjack. No, that's actually a B1 model. That's not a blackjack. No, that may be a blackjack. It's kind of hard to tell. That's probably a blackjack. Looks really similar to a B1 though. That's definitely a backfire. I almost said badger. And then falling a little farther behind, we've got our bears. So the plan then is we are going to use these not as a first strike on Baku, but as a strike on these northern radar sites. Yeah, the blackjack is more or less a B1, except I think it's actually bigger and is a slightly different shape. And I think we go a little faster here. We're going to get slightly out of sync. Probably should have launched the Tu-95s first, but oh well. What else do we got? Mozak. Alright, we got some Elent. Let's get one of them up, and I forgot. Don't think we need the offensive ECM right now, but let's get one of our recon backfires up as well. And he can just go to the rally mission. Yep, we do have a Caspian task force. The Dagestan SAG over here. They're just kind of doing their own thing.
Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
There is infantry and ground units, but I don't want to say they're there for targets, but it's not really thoroughly modeled. It's not nearly as thoroughly modeled as something like Armored Brigade or Flashpoint campaigns. Alright, getting some radar emissions. Contact change, civilian. Identifying some of the early warning radars now. Do we have any aircraft on this group? We do not. Normally when I start seeing civilian vessels, I start wondering if one of these is like a hidden, or if somewhere mixed in with this is a enemy ship. Ripper 253, I didn't do that exactly, but I did last night send a U.S. armored group against a German armored group. This is Russia. We are playing as the Russians tonight. We are intervening in a dispute between Azerbaijan. I added 100 plus VLS launchers to an Iowa. I'll take your container ship with VLS stand-in, and I'll raise you an Iowa with 100 VLS. No, I took the guns off. I figured if I was gonna add VLSs, I at least had to replace the 16-inch guns. Yeah, Ripper 253. That's really the big thing for me when it comes to ground ops in CMO isn't so much the modeling of ground units themselves, it's the ground cover now. I played not Yankee Team, but I played Task Force Normandy earlier, which was the U.S. Army or 101st Combat Aviation Brigade's attack on Iraqi radar sites at the beginning of Desert Storm this morning. And obviously, with no cover, it was actually kind of a one-sided engagement. But I also had last night where I had tanks crossing an open field or my U.S. Army tanks were crossing an open field and my German tanks were actually dug in, and it was kind of a turkey shoot initially until I added Kiowas to scout for the U.S. Ah, Ripper. That's interesting. Is that 50,000 AGL or is 5,000 AGL? Wow. That's low. Although I can't imagine you want to be too high in an RF8. Alright, our Hilo is closing the border. Let's see, how close... Where do we want to go? I think we're going to probably set up 2 sites. One to cover the south. And then maybe what I'll do... Our MI8's here. Combat Search and Rescue. That was, what, 130 nautical miles? How far can we extend their range? They actually have a pretty good range. Actually, so what I really want to do is I don't want to do this. I want to pull these guys about where they're at right now. So then go back to Special Actions and set up forward refueling point. Execute. Is flying 2 hat. Oh. Oops. Okay. So go to min altitude and go to hover. So let him slow down, go into hover mode. Now we should be able to execute the action. Has been executed. Perfect. Forward refueling point has been established. Alright, and then that actually changed our helicopter to the refueling point. Curious now, can we actually... Nope, we can't pick up the refueling point. So that should extend the range of our Mi-8s from Utasha Airport up here. Corey, generally you start with everything that the scenario designer feels you're going to need. Some scenarios have a special action that'll let you call in additional forces, but typically it's everything you've got on the map is what you get. Unless something just spawns in through an event over the course of it. There is more ambiguity on ground targets or on ground forces. It's just right now, all of these right now are probably set to be auto-detectable. Some units like armored units, infantry, etc. default to being un-auto-detectable, but SAM sites and buildings all default to just being on. All right, our Badgers and Backfires are almost on station. The Recon Backfires almost overtaken the Tu-95s and the IL or A-50. So it should be noted, it did say in the briefing that we were going after all the known sites. So these are known sites. That's not to say that there may not be some we don't know about. And this is one of the scenarios that was rebuilt and during the development of CMO. So there's a chance that it's slightly different than the Command Modern Air and Naval Operations version of it. Deselect those points. Oh, there's another navigation radar. And in the Dagestan SAG consists of the RFS Dagestan. Hang on, let's go pick it. So I think we've got basically three patrol craft. So we've got we've got a guided missile frigate, we've got a fast patrol craft, and we have a fast guided missile patrol craft. Really, I think the key portion of this group, Dandin, that we're really concerned about is the fact that it's got 16 caliber missiles. It's got a fair amount of guns on it if we were to get close enough to shell the city. which might be an option, actually. Corey, yeah, it's got a scenario. You can actually play the game in scenario mode if you wanted. So if you just wanted to do a completely sandbox scenario and add units, to different sides and throw them at each other on a whim, you can totally do that. Or you can, of course, do a normal scenarios, set it up, and then save it. So we'll wait for our Tu-95s to get onto station. Still got about 4.5 hours of flight time on the backfires. And the Blackjacks have another 13 hours of flight time. There's a tin shield. So the radars that you see here with the polygon boxes, that is the ambiguity zone for that radar. And then as we're getting more readings on it, you can see it narrowing down. So we know it's on this bearing. And then at some point we'll get a cross check on it, and that should let us triangulate a little bit better. Benjamin Magnus, I am the wrong one to ask. I have been on the Command Beta team since right before the original release, back in 2013 or 2012, whatever one it was. So I am not a good one to ask because I obviously love it. So, alright, bears are on station. Let's go ahead and unassign these guys from their mission. Give them a new order to go that way. And then what I want to do now is go down to... What are we at right now? We're at 36,000 feet. Go down to 2,000 feet. Ideally, I don't want these missiles being seen. Or my aircraft to be detected incoming. Alright, we're getting some bogeys now. Oh, and I completely forgot that I launched... Alright, plot course down that way. Alright, we do have some fulcrums up. Let's see, where are they going? They are within missile range. Alright, well, let's go get them. Unassigned from the mission, go and engage. There we go. Alright, oh no, we're already low on fuel. Oh, darn it. This is why I don't like the MiG-29. Alright, get 4 more. Alright, we'll get the 4 more MiG-29s up, assign them to the patrol mission. Okay, so, should be well within range for... Let's take out the SA-5. Altitude's too low. Oops. Let's get everybody up then. That was my fault. That was dumb of me. I should know better than that. Alright, so you can allocate your 2 missiles. Oh. Alright, now we can fire. There we go.
Buster 2-1, negative radar contact, procedural control only, maintain all separation.
I really want to kill that, so we're going to overwhelm it with fire.
Tactical. Buster 2-1, negative radar contact, procedural control only, maintain all separation. Tactical. Buster 2-1,
And we may actually, we're going to get it. Go, missiles, go! Perfect. Alright, so now that that's at least hit. Kill the SA-2. Finish off the... Where's the SA-3 at? Or SA-5. Gotta finish that off. Another 4 missiles at him. And then they can go RTB. I had another group somewhere in here, I thought. Oh, there's the other group. Alright, so let's pull back. No. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. Wrong unit selected. Pull back. Now. Pull back. No, don't dodge. Turn off dodge. Under attack. No, yeah, Yes, I want you guys just to run away. Run away as fast as you can. Alright, so missiles are going in now. Getting some more hits on that SA-5. Alright, so we've destroyed the SA-5. Pull these guys way back. Unassigned from their patrol. Alright, we should be safe now. What do we got left on fuel? Oh, plenty of fuel. Alright, so we'll circle around. Alright, I'm relatively confident now about our blackjack safety. And we should probably stay out of their range. There is a SA-3 site we didn't finish off. Alright, so MiG-29s now have engagement. They should not... Okay, they'll path around the no-fly zone. Guys, unassign from the mission and pull back. They're awfully close to, I think they picked up my recon units. Yeah, they got their fire control radars on. Alright, where's our MiGs at? Where do these two think they're going? I'm not sure what they were thinking they were doing. But we should get an engagement here shortly. Engaged offensive. Why aren't you firing though? Fire 2 archers. Alright, we'll do this manually. Let them finish them off. Come on, guys. That's a missile. Why aren't you guys firing? Alright, take it with an Alamo. And an archer. This would be the new damage modeling at work. We're getting close with the hits, just not enough. Okay. You guys can RTB now. Oh. Why is weapons tight? Weapons should be free. You guys are free to engage all you want. Alright. It wants to be difficult. Alright, we got perfect shots. With our archers, take it. Not sure why they're not firing right now. They got a perfect shot, too. Perfect. Got it. Alright, these guys can RTB now. And our... Oh. Got fulcrums coming in. Alright, guys, engage. Let's get another couple fulcrums up. We're gonna lose those two. Yep. Come on, guys, run. Run. Yep. So there's one of our down pilots. We're gonna have two here in a second. Let's go watch this in real time, or in TAC view. Alright, so it looks like we're actually going to get away now. That hurt. Where's our other two fulcrums at? move this way. Oh, that's interesting. Random triple A. That's really interesting. I've never seen that before. That's a new one. All right, so we do have... Let's go and pause it real quick. So we do have some bogeys on this side. Let's see, what's within our range here? I don't want to get too close right now. This just got really hot for me. Random triple A. Random triple A really doesn't bother me all that much. Is there any of our targets within range? Yeah, let's go take out that. It's a little far away, and I'm not expecting these to hit at all. But we will launch all 8 of our, or all 16 of our remaining missiles. Actually have to stay on that barrel. Alright, they can go back home now. That is a lot of overkill. That is a lot of overkill for that one SAM battery, but it is pretty deep. You guys can go and engage that. And let's go to side briefing. While that's running. Alright, weapons are free. And since they are technically, I think, on a mission, aren't they? Let's go make sure that my AEW mission, MCON. Alright, so weapons are free. But why aren't we firing, though?
Tactical. Buster 2-1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation. Go ahead first. Tactical. Buster 2-1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
Let them do their thing here. Go watch that engagement going on. Alright, so they're returning to base. Why aren't we firing? You're right behind them. Oh. Target is within within weapons range. So what we do there is we allow gun kills. Take it with an arc. Take 2 shots at the archer. Go, got him. Oh, I know why. Because I'm a dummy. I don't have my radar on. Yeah, that was a little anticlimactic. But when you fire a radar-guided missile from, half a mile away, there's not a whole lot of room to maneuver. Curious to see if our missile strike's going to get through. My bet is no, but I've been wrong before. And they are pretty low. If you want dogfighting, go check out my stream from last Saturday. There was a bunch of Tomcats versus MiG-31s. Alright, so there's our AS-15. And since we know the location of most of their units, I'm not too worried about TAC View's God Eye mode here. I think it was towards the end of that stream. I mean, there was dogfighting all throughout the stream, but towards the end there was a lot of MiG-31s and F-14s, like literally right on the deck at wave top height. All right, so we're coming in on target now. If this gets through, this is going to be severe overkill. Which they're not firing at it, so I'll take it. Let's watch this from the SAM battery's perspective. Although that looks suspiciously like a... No. Nope, we're getting hits. And that's a... Yeah, that was extreme overkill. Probably should have targeted the SA-4 while we were at it, but oh well. Alright, so bombers now are on their way back to base. We can take these guys and reassign them to the rally mission. In the case of... Go with the AEW. Alright, so threat board is not quite clear. Got some bogeys over Baku. Not at the moment. Right now, TAC View doesn't have fog of war. That's just a limitation of how it's set up right now. All right, let's get our recon. We'll recon on our side of the border here. And we'll go down to about 12,000 feet. There is no MP right now. It's definitely a feature I'm on the fence about. It could be possible, especially when you notice one of the things that's new in CMO is there's these advanced time buttons down here on the bottom. So advanced times by 15 seconds, advanced time by a minute, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes. So a lot of the game speed options that were up here actually got moved down to here. So these essentially, you'll notice I just hit 15 minutes, and then what it'll do is that after 15 minutes, it's going to auto pause, but it'll move at whatever speed setting you're set up here as. I have my own thoughts about what those buttons are going to be for. Alright, so we do have a downed pilot. Should take care of that. So Let's get one of our MI8s up. And actually shouldn't be too hard to recover him. Although those SA2s are... Yeah, SA2 battery right there sucks, but he's only got 1 unit left, so... Got a Fulcrum coming up. Alright, let's engage him. Alright, we'll plot our helicopter's course south. And then plot it north. Altitude coming low. I don't know why I'm not firing unless I manually fire right now. That's actually kind of annoying. Not sure what's going on tonight. Wasn't having this issue earlier. Launches group. Difference in altitude. Oh, they're down lower. That's what's going on. Altitude difference. They don't have a shot at them. So let them do their thing and dogfight over there. Plot course. No, not for you. You're engaged offensive. Plot course. There. I think what's going on is that we're maneuvering around and no one can actually get a shot at the other one. This would be the new dogfighting. Alright, well, let's see if we can get a manual shot here. Take it. Got him. Yeah, see, even my manual shots are missing because we're maneuvering so much. Oh, run away, run away. Go to burner. Go to, oh, no. Too late. Lost our recon aircraft. That's what I get for leaving them uncovered. Automatic weapon fire is not allowed. Oh. Hang on. I think I know what's going on. That's not what I wanted. We may have found a slight bug. Or not really a bug, but... there may be a setting. And... okay, so automatic fire. Automatic fire. Let's just check the WRA real quick. So all that looks good. Okay, so we should be firing. Alright, let's go. Automatic fire is not allowed. Weapons hold. We should be weapons hold. That's not what I wanted to click on. I want MCON. No, we're weapons free. Yes, engage any contact. Pessimistic. Alright. Is this a mission? Are we still in the mission? I don't know why there would be weapons hold. Just set everything to free. Inherited, no. Use loadout settings. That's interesting. Alright, well. I'll look at this after the scenario and figure out what's going on. Just take the shot. Oh, come on. Okay. Dodge 3 missiles. There. That was harder than it should have been. Alright, so unassign and then RTB. Yeah, I don't know what's inhibiting automatic fire. Refuel allies, automatic evasion, air ups. I mean, there's nothing that would be affecting them. Alright, but it looks like now our Hilo, though, should have a straight shot into the pickup. It is streamed maps, but it's not like Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 level of streamed maps. Alright, we'll go with our default radar setting is on. That shouldn't have anything to do with it, but... said weapons were on hold, but there's no weapons actually on hold. Anyways, alright. So bombers are all back to base now. What do we have available? Nothing. 20 hours. 19 and a half hours. Alright, it's going to be a while before we get our bombers back. But we do have some strike assets. Other than that, there's fulcrums. Su-25s. So we'll get another group of fulcrums up, and then we'll launch our strike assets. Assigned to mission AEW South. Okay, that's good. Alright, so now we've got some more air assets coming online now. And we're going to go continue to peel back their air defenses. I thought there was another target radar or target site up here.
Negative radar contact.
Maybe not. Random AA, there's the SA2. Alright, so there's an SA4 down there. Let's go see what we can do to peel that back a little bit. Get our strike heading.
Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
Get our strike heading down in that direction.
Tactical. Buster 2-1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
Doesn't look like we got too much incoming at us. In fact, doesn't even look like they have much up in the air right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring our recon backfire in a little close. And helicopters closing in. A little worried about that SA2, but we should be okay. Rumrunner, this is Command Modern Operations, which was released today. This is the follow-up to Command Modern Air and Naval Operations. Alright, bogey vanished. Alright, nope, we got some more bogeys coming up. Oh, yeah, these... Okay. We're not going to do that. Started to bring the backfire in and they scrambled out of Baku. So just to be safe, let's go and pull the A-50 back too. So altitude, go down to low. Let's go down to mid-altitude now. Hover over. They are in the mountains, so it's not going to be 20 feet. All right, so 500 AGL. And in preparation, let's go pull up special actions. Wait for us to get into position. Go into hover. Oh. So go here. Go into hover mode. And then execute. Oh, I have to select both of them at the same time. That's interesting. Oh. Okay. That was interesting. That's the first crash I've had. Okay. I guess we're not going to pick up our down pilots. Resume from autosave. Alright. Let's try that one more time. See if that was just a fluke. Is flying too high or too fast? Oh, this must have been before I... Going to hover... Okay, now let's try to do the pickup. There we go, worked that time. We've rescued our pilot. Close, good. Now, you can go back to base. And actually don't go back to base. First off, get out of enemy territory. There is nuclear depth charges, irate Mayor. And there is tactical nukes. I'm not playing in editor mode tonight, so otherwise I could just simply add nukes into the scenario. In fact, I believe the Historical Gamer did that on his stream last night. He was playing this exact same scenario and pretty much nuked everything. There is ICBMs. There is ASBMs. There is also ABMs. There is SLBMs. Pretty much everything that you could probably imagine is in the database. Although there is one thing I've been meaning to check because it's been a while. The B1R in here? No, it's still not in there. Everything else other than the B1R is in the database. In fact, we'll go and just let this run for a second. Let's take a look at the database. If anybody is a fan of Red Storm Rising, the F-19 Ghost Rider is in. So if you want to do hypothetical scenarios, there's a ton of hypothetical units. Let's see. Oh no, I'm looking under aircraft. That's not what I wanted. The FB-22, which was the fighter bomber variant of the F-22, is also in here. And there's the concept art for it. No, this is not limited to the Middle East. Literally the entire globe is available to you. What do you mean, no guidance or info from satellites? Satellites, actually, by default, there is no satellites in orbit. You can add satellites, but most scenario designers tend to just forget about them. Alright, so strike package is in position. What do we want to take out first? Our target down here... have a target somewhere down here. There's our radar, SAM battery, SAM. Where's that SA-4 at? I know I'm not going crazy. I know I saw an SA-4 down here somewhere. Okay, whatever. We're gonna go blow something up. It doesn't matter. go take out that SAM battery, and you guys go take out the SA3. Oh yeah, if you want to know GPS for weapons, you could play pretty much anything. I mean, all you have to do for if you don't want GPS guided weapons is not use a smart bomb on your aircraft. All the general purpose American bombs are all in the database. Same thing for Russia's. Oh, cruise missile with limited inertial guidance less accurate. I don't know about that. Most of the smart weapons just tend to have their smart stuff available. There is ECM and such. If a nuke goes off, there will be a electrical magnetic pulse. But probably what you're more looking for would be in the Cold War database. Maybe not unsmart, but less smart weapons. I know I saw. There's the spoon rest. I know I saw something down here that was a target at one point. And I know I blew up the SA5, but I thought there was something else. Huh. Alright, well, I'll just leave it. Of course, it's the main map here is 2D only, but new in Command Modern Operations is the TacView integration, if you own TacView Advanced. But this is an optional add-on. So that is this flight of Su-25s. Huh. Target's out of weapon range. Huh. Why is it saying weapons are on hold? No weapons are on hold. I don't know what's going on tonight. I've been playing this all day and I haven't had this issue. Target's outside of bore sight limits. Okay, so when you turn it back around, drop your bombs. Alright, we'll just have to manually conduct attacks tonight, it looks like. There we go. There's our bombs. And there's one dead SAM site. Wish I would know what's going on with units. I'm not sure why it's saying it can't target anything. Alright, you guys can go down south. Do we have any... Don't have any targets coming in on us. Alright, let's minimize that out of the way here. Alright. They'll close there. Oh, you're firing missiles. That's what's going on. All right, pull these guys back, and then. All right, unassign them. They'll pull back, and I'll circle them back in. Yeah, you can break up flights and give them individual orders. So right now I'm in group view mode. If I toggle, and then you'll see that I'm paging up and it's switching, and you'll see these units, especially over here, that are disappearing, and then as soon as I toggle into unit mode, they're reappearing. Alright, so now we can come back, turn back in now. And as soon as you do, blow that side up. Alright, so he'll turn around. Now that it's in bore sight limits, they should fire when they're back within range. And they can... How much weapons did they got left? They still... No, they might as well head back to base. They're low on. Why are we firing? Altitude is too high. Ugh. Alright, so do that, circle around, then come back in. This is an example of what not to do. What is the release of the AT-16 anyway? 60 feet to 65,000 feet. Okay. So as soon as he turns around now, that should put him within the bore sight. Getting some more MiGs taking off. There we go. Finally. Except they were firing one at a time. Oh, it must be owed the control loop. Or he's outside the bore limits. Alright, just get everybody back to base. This is... I'm not sure what's going on tonight of why I'm having such issues firing at stuff. Not sure what's going on. I've been playing this all day and I haven't had, like, rules of engagement issues all day. So it would choose tonight to have issues. But we'll just pull all of our strike aircraft back now. We're low on fuel anyway. Got more MiGs coming up. And I think we go back to 5x time compression here. Overall, that wasn't too bad of a strike. Other than our rules weapon release issues tonight. I'm gonna take another look, see if I missed something. Alright, so weapons are free. Alright, so weapons free. Gauge any contacts. Practical range. I mean, there's no reason they should be on weapons hold. Huh. Interesting. That is worth a bug report after this stream. Alright, helicopter is now out of enemy SAM range, so he can just head directly home now. No other downed pilots that I know of. Alright, so the Dagestan SAG is still heading south. And I think I'm going to risk coming in close. We are within caliber range, I believe. Yep, we are within caliber range, but we only have 16 of them, so... if I'm going to fire 16 missiles, I want to get right down their throats. So maybe what we should do is go to flank speed on, or yeah, go to flank on our task force. Do we have any other strike elements? That's our SAR units. That's our ELINT. Oh. We got some more Su-27s with some tankers and fullbacks. I completely forgot about this base, guys. Oh, I wonder what's going on with the patrol mission. I wonder if it's because it doesn't have a prosecution zone. So I'm going to add a prosecution zone. Something like that. Go back to that patrol mission. And then go to prosecution zone and add those highlighted areas. So now anything that comes into this area, they should now engage. Let's tweak this a little bit. That no-fly zone makes this a little weird. But something like that. So anything that enters that area, they should now engage. Dr. Jess, yes, it still supports multiple windows. So I can pull up my plot course menu. In a second. It's chugging along here. Huh. There we go. Wonder why plot course isn't coming up. Or no, because plot course doesn't have a... That's interesting. I don't know what's going on. Oh, because I don't have a unit selected. That's why throttle's not coming up. So there's the throttle, and then you can see I just moved it over to my second window right there. The message log is now collapsible, but you can still have it appear in as an individual window that you can float to wherever you want it to. I have no idea if it works as well as on VirtualBox as Commando did. Actually, Dr. Jess, one of my plans in the long run is to actually have the main command window up here and then have a second monitor stream with TAC Ops, or not TAC Ops, but TAC View open. That is my long-term plan. And looks like their fighters have RTB'd. And I was going to launch another mission, wasn't I? So let's do a rectangle. Let's do it about there. Going to support missions, create new mission. Support. Aerial refueling. No one third rule continuous loop. That'll do just fine. And then before I do that though, aircraft on this mission are not allowed to refuel, and same thing with anything on my rally mission. They are not allowed to refuel or aerial refuel. I don't want them stealing fuel from my fighters when they're going to be at the extent of their ranges. So let's go ahead and get 4 flankers up in 2 groups. We'll assign them to the rally mission. And then we'll have 1 tanker supporting them. And then let's get a couple of fullbacks up. They can launch as a group, and then they can go do the rally mission as well. And we don't have that long left anyway. Let's go and just get those guys up to rally, and we'll launch both of our tankers. There we go. Perfect. Sash, the best way I've learned was to actually play. I've been playing a lot of simple scenarios on my last couple streams. This morning especially, I played Operation Market Time and Task Force Normandy. And those are both relatively easy to learn scenarios. I played a couple last night. And then also new in Modern Operations is the Quick Battle Generator. Kojo, the DoD actually does use command. Alright, nothing ready angles, right? No, I don't think so. Except for one Tu-22MR. Yeah, Warfare Sims actually has an agreement with US DoD, as well as several other NATO governments. They partnered with BAE a couple years ago to market command as a pro edition. Yeah, Ripper, some of those, some of the quick battle options aren't really practical. I did the daring in the ASW scenario last night, and my helicopter started with a maritime surveillance loadout, and then I had to rearm it, but then the daring doesn't actually have inherent ASW weapons, so I kind of was stuck. So strike's coming up now. All of our other aircraft have RTB'd other than our MiG-29s, which are still hanging out on their station. Although they're about, they're going to run out of fuel shortly. They don't even, if they get into an engagement, they're going to run out quickly. 46 minutes of time left. 1 hour, 44 minutes. Oh yeah, and I have no doubt we're going to see more quick battle scripts. I kind of showed it off last night. Is it's just a giant Lewis script that literally creates the entire scenario, from the sides to what units spawn to their MCON settings. Sash, right now, yes, it's only single player. Alright, so Strike is taking off and is en route. So there's our tanker, or tankers. That's our 2 flights of Su-27s. There's our Su-34s and our Su-24s. Yeah, I get it, Ripper. To be honest, that wasn't really something I was looking forward to. I can see the appeal of it, but it wasn't really, it's not something that's really meant for me. If I want to do, for me, if I'm going to do a quick battle, I'm just going to fire up the editor and literally create a scenario in like a sandbox mode. And essentially just kind of play myself. Or play against myself. But I can definitely see the appeal of the quick battle generator, though. Alright, so Strike's heading southbound now. I don't think we have any other assets that are readily available. Other than maybe some MiG-29s. But those aren't going to help us. I know Chirac still got some 29s ready in case we need them for air-to-air. But I think at this point, if we haven't seen any more fighters out of... what is it? Dalyard Air Base, then we're probably... or Dalyar. Sorry. Dalyar Air Base. We're probably not going to see any more out of there. And they seem to send up some from Nosa Noya Air Base, but they're really not pursuing anywhere. And I haven't seen anything from this air base in the center area of the country. Sir Gregors, yeah, our goal is we are Russia. We are intervening in a territorial dispute. Our objective is to destroy some of the Azerbaijan advanced air defense systems. Somewhere over here there's an S-300 around Baku, but we can't actually see it. But there... oh no, there he is. Oh. There he is, right there. So this is our target. You can see it's core labeled as target. And I've pretty much have taken out the other SAM systems that were direct targets. But there's still a couple of radar sites that are still left hanging around that we haven't taken out yet. But most are gone at this point. I wouldn't say I'm in mopping up mode. Especially since when I start doing stuff like that, that's when I start getting stupid or I get my face slapped. Overconfidence is a killer. Yeah, so I'm hoping to do with the Dagestan SAG over here. I'm hoping to close them in on close enough to that S-300 where I can get them in and actually hit something. I don't really care about the SA-2s, SA-3s. Those really aren't that dangerous. And I took out most of the SA3s that were over here. In fact, I don't even think most of these SAM sites have actually fired at all. But we're going to close that S300, though. TACView is a separate program that's optional. And I believe it can be used with DCS. Although don't quote me on that. I have DCS, but I don't really play around with it that much. SA2s and SA3s are just one KH25 MPU away from not being an issue. I like that. That's good. Quantum Kit, I do not know, but you don't need TACView on Steam to use it with Command. I'm actually using their standalone version of TACView, and this is the Steam version of Command right now. Although I do have the Matrix version that's not Steam. Strike's almost into position. Maybe if I can coordinate a strike with from the Dagestan group with my strike elements. Maybe that'll work out. Tankers are still lagging behind, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much unassign these two groups right away. Wow, they're really low. Wow, why are you down that low for? Wow. I don't know why they were down that low. But these guys can drop down. But I'm going to unassign these two groups from the mission and have them keep heading south. Actually, I want 2 points. I want a point there, and then I want a point there. And when they get to this point, I want them to drop down to about 12,000 feet. You guys, when you get there, drop down to 12,000 feet. Alright, so they should start descending. About the time they hit that point, we'll bring them in low. Because it's very, as Ripper said, Sash, it's a very niche product. Hey Ripper, you have the PMDG 747 too? I'm assuming that's what you mean when you spend $140 on a 747. I actually don't have the 747, but I have the 737. Glad I'm not the only flight sim nut that has spent an insane amount of money on flight sim. Well, then there's also, yeah, as Quantum Kit said too, there's also the database, which a lot of people I've heard reference it to basically being better than a Jane's book. So you'll see they're at 25,000 feet now, and then as per my orders, when they hit that point, now they're going to start descending. Yeah, I am on P3D right now, and I'm afraid that both P3D and X-Plane are going to be dead when 2020 comes out. Alright, so we're coming into missile range. Oh, we're getting hits. Alright, so drop down lower. Go down to really low. We're getting radar hits. And go ahead and... Oh, that's fighters. That's what's going on. Where's our fighters at? Engage those guys. And then our Dagestan group can go ahead and target... Launch everything at the S-300. That's our one target that we actually care about down here. And then we're not quite within missile range for the... So let's go to burner or military power. We'll try and close the distance in. Should have sent fighters down with this, but... Too late now. Go to burner, close the distance in. So what we'll do is we'll get in, we'll fire missiles. I'm going to pause because this is going to get really busy here in a second. Alright, so we're out of weapons range. But when we get into weapons range, you guys fire on the S-300. You guys can fire on the SA-2. Alright, and then this group right here throws some more missiles at the SA-300. This is going to be insane overkill on that S-300 if everything gets through. And then kill the SA... No, you're not going to get in range with that SA-3 back there. There's the SA-5. Oh, that's the other target I was thinking of. So if you get in range of the SA-5, kick everything else at him. We'll see how this goes. This is going to go badly. We're going to lose all these aircraft. So orders are assigned. Let's see how this goes. So pop up 12,000 feet. Pop up 12,000 feet now. Oh, one thing I do want to turn off though. Extend the docking manual, and no, yes, ignore when under attack. Ignore when under attack, good, so they... Should still be firing. Oh no, that's the SAM battery firing. Yeah, this is bad. This didn't go nearly as well as I was hoping it would. But while they're engaging that, our other group is coming in. Go to burner. While they're chasing that group. So actually, retask everything to the SA. So unallocate everything. Yeah, unallocate all the fire I put towards the SA-5. And reallocate it. Is that a weapons range? Okay, that's fine. And for a second, that should trigger it. Huh. Alright, so everything should now be reassigned. Perfect. See how this goes. We're not going to get close enough in. That's our actual weapons range right there. That's our air-to-air range. But we can try. They look like they've also expended their missiles too. So let's drop down lower. calibers are coming in. This ain't gone smoothly. Alright. See how this goes. Alright, these guys should actually just be turning for home. I didn't tell you guys to return. Oh. Because they're low on fuel. God damn it. Never mind. I should have refueled. I should have waited for my tankers. That was my own fault. That was my own fault. I know the common misconception is that your aircraft will always turn back to refuel right before they engage, but in this case, that was actually my fault. I should have waited for my tankers. So we're going to watch the calibers go in, and then that'll probably be it for tonight. So far, it's not firing. All right, hang on, let's pause real quick. Refresh TAC view. Oh. It just likes to be closed down and refreshed. There we go. Let it reload here. And then we'll go watch this attack go in. There's the calibers. So there's our missile stream. Zoom in over here. Alright, so there's our missiles. There's the lead missile. There's the SA-20. And that's a dead SA-20. Not too bad. That could have gone better. That could have gone a lot better. And so, actually, what is the range? We have 130 nautical mile range. So that's just outside of our range, damn. What we can do, though... Yeah, what I need to do is get the second helo up. And then, actually, let's get a hip up too. I was really on the fence about TACView until last week's stream, where I had F-14s chasing MiG-31s, and that pretty much sold me right there. Alright, so we're going to send up our Mi-26 and have him go down up along the coast. I do have another group. Have this group go and engage those MiGs. And then there's our Mi-8. And have him go head south. I think we're going to have to rebase him, though. Yeah, it's a little annoying. What I found is that when you're in a large battle, though, you, especially when you're zoomed in, you really don't notice everything else going on. Alright, so we're heading south to engage those MiGs. Target is out of weapons range. Actually, they shouldn't be. So take 2 Alamo shots. That should at least get them to maneuver a little bit. You let those guide in. We're cranking. Really hate it when you are engaging and then your units randomly turn and your missiles lose lock. That shouldn't have happened. Got them both. Perfect. So our helicopters should be good to go now. Let's go get another patrol up. Launches group. Launches group. Assigned to mission rally. Don't think I have any more strike aircraft available. Oh, I do have some strike aircraft available. Assign those to the rally. Assign those guys to the rally mission. SU-24s, ECM. Might as well launch these individually. Assign them to the rally mission. How's fuel looking for everybody else right now? They should just RTB. Send the SU-27s home. My other fullback can just RTB at this point, although he's going to need a refuel before he goes back home.
Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
Alright, so helicopters are hopefully going to try and rescue one of our down pilots. I'm going to use the other Mi-26 to establish another refueling base along the coast. And just in case, let's get one more up. We'll send this group actually to that refueling base.
Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
I'm really hoping that TACView is going to go on sale for Black Friday. My trial will be up about Thanksgiving or so. So I'm really hoping that about then TACView will go on sale. So our other Mi-8 can just head down the coast. This is going to be the backup for this rescue chopper. And all of our other MiG-29s are off a station. Just unassign them all for right now. I don't want anybody automatically launching. Oh, still plenty over here at Chirac. So launch those two as a group. Assign to the mission. Air to air. Launch those two as a group, assigned a mission. There we go. Let those guys patrol to the south. And I think for the most part, after we pick up these two pilots, if we can pick them up, I think that'll be the end of tonight's stream. Yeah, historically, Stardog, I think TACView is used mainly for AAR stuff. The unfortunate part about it in Command right now is that it doesn't support the record and replay function.
Negative radar contact.
So it's just a live replay right now.
Tactical. Buster 2-1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
There's our second strike. And I think at this point the only real target we actually have left is that SA5 battery? Because we destroyed the S300. Most of these are... Oh, there's the SA4 I was looking for earlier. Am I just blind? Did I just miss him earlier? So I take that back. We have two targets that we still have to hit. The SA4 and the SA5 over here. But I think we're only going to have time for one more. And that MI8 should just have the fuel to get out to those two pilots. I guess the other thing I could do, if we're going to play long enough, is to close the Dagestan group in and use them to shell the city. And take out that SA5 with gunfire. Where's other strike at? There's our other strike. There's our refueling aircraft. It's interesting that this is supposed to be a Russian forward refueling point, and it's got FIM 92A Stinger missiles. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, that the Russians don't use Stingers. It's supposed to be a generic refueling point. The CIA, so those... Well, you see, what's actually going on here is that half of our MiG pilots are actually agency pilots flying in disguise. So this is really a joint Russia-US strike. I'm curious. Do our calibers over here actually have range to hit anything? Oh, they do. Okay. So our sub that's just been hanging out over here in the Black Sea. And he'll fire his other 2 missiles here in a second. Or he should anyway. Where are those calipers going to go? Yep, they'll do their dogleg and then cross right over. Not sure how Georgia's going to feel about having Russian missiles flying over it, but... Alright. Where's those helicopters at? There's our MI-8. There's our logistics. So, have him go to min altitude and into hover. And then we can go back to our special actions and perform a search and rescue. Or no. Wrong button. Set up forward. So there's our second forward refueling point. Rebase this unit there. And he can RTB. Your new home base is there. I don't know. Sikorsky is working earlier. Although it does seem to be running a little slow now that I just refreshed it. What do we got? Oh, we got bogeys. Oh, that's not good. We're gonna lose our helicopter. Go take those guys out. And please go to burner and close really quickly because they're going right for my helicopter. You can go down to min altitude. Yeah, they're going right for my helicopter. Yeah, Sikorsky, I just got the same thing, so maybe Matrix is down right now. Well, that's gonna be a dead helicopter. Yeah, that's gonna be a dead helo. Yeah. I pushed my luck on that one. I really pushed my luck on that one. That was my own fault. But I think with that, though, I think that's going to bring us to the end of tonight's stream. So I hope you all enjoyed watching. Thank you all for stopping by. Huge thanks to Matrix and Slytherin for letting me take over their channel for the better part of the last week. It's been a blast. I've really enjoyed myself. Yeah, no, Star, like this has been a great time. Like I said, I made huge thanks to those guys over at Matrix and Slytherin for one, the preview streams, and then two, letting me just basically take over all week. So, and thank you guys for watching. And with that, have a great night, and hope you guys are enjoying Command Modern Operations.